Okay, folks, buckle up, because today we're going deep on something truly mind-blowing.
Deep diving, as we like to say.
Exactly. We're talking about a 4,000-year-old, what you might call a title deed, and the implications of this thing.
Yeah.
Huge, geographically speaking.
Yeah, absolutely massive.
So we're looking at Genesis 15.18,
Yep.
and it lays out the land promised to Abram, later known as Abraham.
Right.
But the real question we're grappling with today is just how much land are we talking about?
Well, that's the thing, This isn't just some little patch of land.
Right.
We're talking serious territory here. But,
Okay.
Before we get into the size of it,
Yeah.
I think it's important to step back and think about why this promise to Abraham.
Yeah.
It's so central, really, to biblical history and particularly, to Judaism.
Totally. Sometimes I get so lost in the details, the what, that I forget the why.
Mm-hmm.
So can you remind us why this land grant is such a big deal? I think some of our listeners might be wondering the same thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
So this promise of land is part of a covenant between God and Abraham.
Okay.
Now think of a covenant like, imagine it's like a sacred, unbreakable agreement.
Gotcha.
And it carries some serious weight.
Right.
It's not just a casual promise.
Right.
This is the bedrock of a relationship.
Right.
And in this case, it establishes this unique bond between God and Abraham's descendants who, become the Jewish people.
Yeah.
So you see, it's this foundational concept in Judaism. It shapes their identity, their history. It's a big deal.
Okay, so we're not just talking about dirt and rocks here.
Yeah.
This land represents heritage, connection, identity, all wrapped up in one.
Exactly.
But I'm still stuck on just how massive this territory actually is.
Yeah.
The YouTube video we're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
it uses a map to show the boundaries
Mm-hmm.
described in Genesis 15.18.
Right.
And let me tell you, it is mind-boggling. Can you walk us through?
Of course. So the map highlights this area stretching all the way from the Nile River in Egypt
Oh, wow.
to the Euphrates River.
Wow.
That's a huge chunk of the Middle East we're talking about.
Wait, are we talking modern-day countries here? Like, how many nations would fall within that area today?
Well, if you overlay that biblical description onto a modern map,
Yeah.
you're looking at parts of Egypt, parts of Syria, and even pushing into Iraq.
Whoa. That is massive. I'm trying to even wrap my head around that kind of scale.
Wow.
Roughly how much land are we talking about? Like in terms of square miles or something we can grasp?
Yeah, so the video estimates it to be approximately 300,000 square miles.
Okay, for our listeners who aren't geography whizzes, that's larger than Texas. I mean, almost the size of modern-day Iraq. Imagine the complexities of governing such a vast and diverse territory back then.
Yeah, it really underscores the magnitude of this ancient promise.
Yeah.
And it also raises some really interesting questions, too.
Right, like what?
This promise has obviously played a pivotal role in shaping the history of this entire region, civilization's conflicts for millennia.
Yeah.
And even today, it informs political and religious discourse. It's a live issue.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I'm thinking about the challenges Abraham's descendants might have faced in settling and governing such a huge and diverse area. And how does this ancient promise have an impact on the region today? I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much more to uncover. It's like peeling back layers of history, geography, and theology all at once.
Yeah, it is.
Makes you wonder, how different would the world look today if the boundaries of this ancient promise were different?
That's a really thought-provoking question to leave our listeners with. We encourage you to keep exploring this topic.
Absolutely.
As always, the deep dive is just the beginning. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.